you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans.
Seconds beating Jackson. Tighten it over.
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Once again for prime time wrestling action here on LDTV Sports, where we're getting set to watch the home Cherokee Chiefs take on the Shawnee Renegades in varsity wrestling action. And as always, a great big how you doing from the announcer's perspective. I'm Jack Watson, joined by Mr. Scott Glossner. Now, Scott, what do you see in this one?
Well, we got a good matchup, a district matchup here on LDTV tonight, but you got two teams going in opposite directions. The Shawnee Renegades have been a great wrestling team the last 2 years. However, they graduated a lot of wrestlers. They're young, they're inexperienced, they're struggling. For Cherokee, they've got the experience. This is an edge to Cherokee and the home field advantage, so to speak. I think that might be a little tough for Shawnee to overcome tonight, Jack.
Pretty tough indeed, but I'm really excited for this one. We'll be right back after these messages.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Cherry Hill Nissan, home of the friendly Nissan giant. On the web at cherryhillnissan.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003. Or on the web at www.pwpm.net. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com. Wilmore School of Gymnastics, where every child is special. In Mount Laurel, 856-234-5292. And in Medford, 609-654-9337. Medford Village Car Care, serving the area's car care needs for 30 years. Located at 11 North Main Street in Medford, 609-654-4023. For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000. extension 8680, or by email jmelagrana@lrhsd.org.
Performing tonight is Cherokee senior Adriana Orsini. Ladies and gentlemen, our national anthem.
And we're about to hear our national anthem from Cherokee High School senior Adriana Orsini.
Stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets wrecked the land, the bombs bursting in air gave proof
great rendition of the anthem there by Miss Orsini.
Our nation's colors go up, and we are almost ready for wrestling action here at Cherokee High School. And boy, are we excited for this one. I'm Jack Watson, joined by Scott Gloucester in the booth.
This evening's wrestling will begin at 195 pounds. For the Shawnee Renegade, Eugene Waves. For Cherokee, Christopher Pardo.
As we take a look at both squads' starting lineups, we take a look at our AXA Equitable keys to the match. AXA Equitable has been providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. AXA Equitable, be life confident, and that number is 732-452-7275. Now let's take a look at those keys, shall we? For Shawnee, they're going to want to go all 6 minutes in each of their wrestling matches.
For Shawnee, 160 pounds.
They gave up a pin, which is the bonus point that Cherokee wants, and Shawnee doesn't want to give up.
And Cherokee's going to want to score early, get on the board.
Yeah, they're going to want to score early in the match, early in each individual matches, which is going to allow them to dictate the pace of the match, score early in the team match, which is going to put Shawnee behind the 8 ball.
And both teams are going to want to get those bonus points quickly and promptly.
Yeah, and that's in every wrestling match we ever do on LDTV. That sometimes will decide a match. Who can stay off their back, who cannot get pinned, who cannot give up the extra points other than a 3-point decision.
And that concludes our AXA Equitable keys to the game.
At 132 pounds for Shawnee, Drew Lipinski. For Cherokee, either Keenan Rogers or Sean Brown.
And the starting wrestlers and their respective weight classes storm onto the mat. And the first class in tonight's match will be the 195s.
At 145 pounds for Shawnee, Isaiah Bryant. For Cherokee, Esperio Alessi. Wrestling for Shawnee at 152 pounds, Sean Whelan. And for Cherokee, Thomas Deutsch.
Well, it's interesting, you know, you hear the introductions. That doesn't always necessarily mean, as we saw when we were at Lenape on Wednesday evening, doesn't necessarily mean that's who's coming out at those weight classes. There's a lot of strategy involved. Try to get the matchup that favors your team. And a lot of that depends on what you'll see very shortly, Jack, when they call the captains and coaches out and flip the coin and the one team chooses the odd or the even bout.
Pounds for Shawnee, Connor Gross. And for Cherokee, Jordan Bruff.
And the starting wrestlers conclude.
Our official tonight, former wrestler and coach, and now one of the best officials in South Jersey, Pete Brandt. You're going to see a well officiated match tonight from Pete Brandt. He's one of the top officials in all of South Jersey, if not the state of New Jersey. Comes up green, which means Shawnee has won the toss, and now it's a question of what they're going to take, whether it be odd or even. We won't know till the first match comes out. Starting at 195, Jack.
195, so bringing the big guns out early, so to speak, here at Cherokee High School, and a big showing from the home crowd.
You know, that's a change from many years ago, as I mentioned the other night when we were on. Used to be every match started at the lightest weight and went through the heavyweight. Put a lot of burden on the heavier weight.
And our first match is almost set to get underway.
Well, it's Connor Gross for Shawnee at 195. And I'm going to guess that might be Chris Pardo for Cherokee.
Now wrestling at 182 pounds from Shawnee, Connor Gross, and from Cherokee, Jordan Krug.
No, Jordan Krug out there at 195. So it's Krug in the orange uniform, and of course Connor Gross at for Shawnee.
Went in for the double leg takedown there, but it's Connor Gross who's applying that weight on there.
Krug switched off to a single, now switches it, trying to get nice, and oh, he left that arm back there looking to bury a half there, Jack.
2 points on the board.
And trying to turn him. He's got the back points. He's more than 45 degrees towards the edge of the mat. And he's looking, nice job by Connor Gross to get off his back, but that'll be 3 near fall points.
So out to an early 5-0 lead is Krug as they both go out of bounds.
You know, and there's what we talked about, you know, one of the keys to the game, scoring early.
A little less than a minute gone by in our first period of action. And a big reaction from the crowd there as Gross is driven into the ground by Krug.
That always garners a little oohs and ahs from the crowd. Got a one-on-one trying to wind up that single arm, pull it underneath his body to expose his back again. Needs to get higher up on the elbow. See how he's just at the elbow? You really need to be up there on the tricep for that to be effective. If he's up on the tricep, it starts to turn Gross's body. Well, now he's a little higher there if he can make that work. There he is. Now he's higher. Trying to lift maybe into a Turk or a one. Yeah, he's looking into Turk it. Nice job by Gross to defend.
So the final moments of our first period of action in the 195 bouts.
Choice goes to Shawnee, so they have the odd matches. They have chosen down. So it would appear that Shawnee has the odd bouts, and Cherokee will have the even bouts. Almost got out, but a nice one. And he did do a nice job of reversing there. Makes it 5-2.
And Cherokee's Krug chooses down.
So reversal there for Gross. That's going to be potentially dangerous whenever you stand up like that and then one of the wrestlers has a leg in like you saw there inside the other guy's leg. Just a dangerous way. That's going to be a caution. A little too much on the tight waist there. The hand has to be on the belly button or the navel, whatever you refer to it as. And there it was there. There's a good example. Tried to step through. Looked like he was trying to attempt to go into a Merkle, but he never got the head part. Still going to be Gross in control with the Wizard. But oh, nice job by Krug.
2 points awarded to him, as it is Jordan Krug on top.
Gross got a little high there with his ride and allowed Krug to slip out the back way. And there's another reversal.
2 points this time to
Not
Gross.
a change in positions here.
And Gross has that left leg looking for the single leg takedown.
Gross holding onto that ankle, and there's a little flourish there, a little flurry, and it results in another reversal. So neither man really able to control the other from the top position. Jack giving us an exciting second period here.
East line, use your legs. Move your legs.
Jordan Krug still has that 5-point lead though.
Gotta use your legs, Connor. East line up.
Riding with a tight waist, now he's up to a bar, but there's no hip pressure there. Trying to come out and get 1 point. Looks like a near side cradle. If he can bury the head, hook that leg and fall over his head, he might have gotten back point. Gross did a nice job of getting back to his belly when he realized he was in a dangerous position. Cherokee choice here.
And once again, Krug will be down to start the third period of action.
Good lift and return to the mat, used his hips nicely. Got the hips under the man to help the lift.
Gross going for the upper body of Krug again, and it brings them both to their feet. Krug has a handle on the left leg of Gross and takes him down. That's two.
That'll be a reversal, and now looking at back points. And now looking to put him away here. Connor Gross fighting it, trying to fight off his back. And he is successful in avoiding the fall.
But the score 14-4 now. Krug with a commanding lead.
Yeah, he's in that major decision territory. Anything more than from 8 to 14 points is a result of for 14 points. So that's a bonus point that Krug's looking to put on the board for the Chiefs.
And interlocking his own hands.
Yeah, he'd have to turn him a couple more times to get up to the 15-point tech fall. I don't know if there's enough time left for that. Krug trying to work under the arms. Throws the leg in. Needs to get his hips up on top. Gives up the reversal, not gonna hurt him. Gonna make it 14-6.
And the first match is won by the home squad.
Major decision. Puts the Chiefs up by 4-0. 220-pound bout up next.
Soon we will take it to our Equitable Sideline Report. Equitable has been providing millions of customers with life insurance, annuities, and other needs-based products since 1859. Equitable, be life confident, and that number is 732-452-7275. Now let's send it to Sam Goldstein with our Sideline Report. Sam?
Thanks, Jack. I had the opportunity to speak with Coach Van from Shawnee. He's definitely feeling very confident about today's match, but he feels that the team needs to work on their conditioning, and also their lack of experience is definitely something that's setting them back. I also had the opportunity to speak with Coach Booth from Cherokee, and he's feeling okay about today's match, but he thinks that the team can definitely turn it around this season if they continue with their practices, and he's hoping for a great record. Thanks. Now back to you.
Thank you very much, Sam.
Thanks, Sam. 220-pound matchup going to be Chris Pardo from Cherokee versus Joey Pilla from Shawnee.
And already we see Pardo has the lead.
The nice takedown there, now working a half series.
Ooh, he had Pilla on his...
Couldn't hold him there, though. You got to hold him there for 2 seconds to get any back points, and Pilla actually did a nice job to continue that roll through, not to get caught on his back.
Took a chance while he was down, and it paid off.
Now gets to his feet, and I think, no, I'm not going to call it neutral. Thought I might have had a little bit of break there, but referee Pete Brandt says not enough. He still had a single on the ankle. Explosion off the whistle, very important, Jack. Get that first move. And that's called, he's trying to roll out the arm, and he's putting it in his back, and that's called a hammerlock there. And now using the upper body with a half Nelson, and Pilla's in a lot of trouble, Jack.
Very close to pinfall, trying to push that left shoulder down.
He has to get that half in under the head. You notice how Pilla's resting on his head. If he can get his left arm under the head, now he's working it in there, you see that. He's only got about 15 seconds remaining. Pilla fighting it. Pardo needs to scoop that head. He's working it a little harder.
Less than 10 seconds to go,
And there it is.
Pinfall, Cherokee Chiefs.
1 minute, 53 seconds, the time of the fall. So 2 matches in, and Shawnee's already given up 4 bonus points.
So 10-0, the official score here at Cherokee High School, as Pilla is defeated by Pardo of Cherokee.
I'm guessing this has to be Aaron Bill for Shawnee. He's the only other one they weighed in at that weight class.
We'll get the official call from the PA announcer.
Yeah, Kringler and Bill, that was the expected matchup here at 285. Kringler with a little bit of a weight advantage, Bill with a little bit of height advantage. Kringler experienced. Aaron Bill, not as experienced. Good low single. See if he can finish now out the back door. Wrap that left arm around his leg and turn. Oh, but didn't get his leg out of the way. Now you got to stuff the head. Good job. Good job by Kringler to finish that takedown. Now rides a crotch pry. Again, notice how he's trying to roll out the arm. Same move that we saw from Chris Pardo. Oh, now he's looking for what's called a butcher, putting 2 hands on that arm and winding it up. Now he may be trying to, he should be pulling on that and walking towards the head, which will pull the arm up higher, Jack, and then force the exposure of Bill's back to the mat. Trying to get 2 hands under it. Doesn't have it high enough again. Remember we talked earlier about you have to really be up here on the upper part of the tricep, not down by the elbow. Now he's looking for what they call a Merkel, where you put the inside leg, you lock the arm and the head. Tough move for a big guy to do, though, because you're pulling a lot of weight. And he ends up slipping out of it, and a nice job by Aaron Bill to get the escape.
That'll earn him a point, 2-1 now, as they start on their feet in the neutral. And Kringer brings him
Right
around.
to his back. Not much time, less than 5.
And Bill has to eat away at the clock. And that's exactly what he does.
Shawnee's choice, he defers. That's your 2 choices at the end of the first period, or any period. You have the choice to defer after the second, or choose top, bottom, or neutral. So you have 4 choices. Shawnee, in this case, chose to defer for the third period, and Cherokee took bottom. Finger with a nice sit and turn. Now spinning on the head, look, reaching back for the leg. She's looking for a Peterson roll. Oh, and a nice sit and roll. Good follow by Aaron Bill.
Stay behind him, Bill. Bill, get behind him. Get your weight back. Get your weight back. Good. Good. Get your weight back. Settle back.
30 seconds gone by in the second, and it is Bill on top.
Trying to ride that half, keeping his weight on. Kringler doing a nice job here. Trailing by 6, though, he needs to score some points. Good wide base on the bottom by Kringler, making it difficult to turn him, and they go out of bounds. Kringler's to get out, he needs some motion right off the whistle, Jack. We talked about that the other night, that explosiveness you need off the whistle. making it very difficult on your opponent to keep you down.
Drive forward. Stay behind, get behind.
Nice turn.
On his head.
Again, he's in a backdoor situation here.
Right back.
Circles to his left. He circles to his left here and there. Nice job. Gets the reversal. Now looking to turn him. Kringler works up to a base. Not much action going on here as we come to the end of the second period. Both men look like they've expended a lot of energy, doesn't it, Jack?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're carrying around 285 pounds on your back for 2 minutes, and a minute for Kringler and a minute for Bill, and it definitely does take its toll. And Bill's going to choose top in his third period.
Get underneath his arms. Get underneath with your left. Underneath.
Bill trying to put that head down.
Kringler looking for what they call a Peterson roll here. And he may have secured it. Yes, he has. And he's got Bill in trouble. He's got 2 plus more for back points. Oh, he should have gone to the legs and split the legs. He went to the head, which gave him an opportunity to get off his back. Good quickness by Aaron Bill to realize that if he stayed there, it was in dangerous territory for a possible fall. 14-1 now. He's 2 points away from a tech fall. If you get to a 15-point lead at any point during the match, unless you have them on his back, they will stop the match, and it's called a technical fall, which is worth 5 team points instead of the full fall like we saw in the last match, which is worth 6. Kringler's job here to try to get a point, or 2 points, I'm sorry. Gonna try to let him go here and score the points on his feet. Gonna go out of bounds. So he's got 46.2 seconds, needs 3 points for the tech fall. He has taken him down once earlier in the match right to his back, so I'm thinking that's what the coaching staff of Cherokee wants Michael Kringler to do at this point. Of course, be careful you don't give up, you don't go overboard, get yourself in a bad position. 12-point lead, and all of a sudden you find yourself pinned. Good shrug. Works it into a Merkel. Wasn't able to hold that before. Aaron Bill a little tall to work the Merkel on. No points yet. As long as Bill keeps control of that head, that's going to be 2. Don't think he's got time enough to score another point unless he makes some sort of quick turn. It isn't going to happen, but it's going to be a major decision, 16-2 variety for Kringler.
Michael Kringler takes the victory for the 285s, and Cherokee remains undefeated in this one. As we work our way to the bottom of the weight classes, the 106s are up next. And now it's time to take it to our Cherry Hill Nissan replay, sponsored by Cherry Hill Nissan on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com.
This was the pin by Chris Pardo earlier on Joey Pilla.
In the 220s.
Notice how he finally got his head lifted.
We jump right back into action here.
So I'm thinking this is Matt Higgins for Shawnee. And I'm guessing it's Colin Ricamaratna. and I apologize if I'm saying that wrong. Colin in on a single. Higgins working on his head.
Stay on his head.
And a stalemate. That means nobody is improving their position, and so the referee will call for a stalemate and start it over. So back to their feet.
Ooh, tried to go for that one leg. That was Wikram Maranta.
In on a single again. Not yet. Still no control yet. And danger on the knee. Potentially dangerous because the knee of Colin was in a possible injury position. Referee erring on the side of caution there, which is always the referee's role. Oh, nice defense there by Higgins. Got an underhook in, Jack, but he'd be doing better to be pushing on the head to put more pressure on Colin.
But he's run out of time to do that.
Yes, he has.
As 2 minutes have gone by.
Choice should belong to Cherokee. He chooses down. Both wrestlers looking for hand control underneath their bodies. The bottom man gets it, he can get his hips free, but Higgins has a nice western ride, what they call a western ride, hooking that near leg around the ankle. Makes it very difficult for the bottom wrestler to get out.
Jump out to the other side.
Higgins tried to throw a half. Maranta with a nice job of looking away and peeling it off, which is the counter to a half Nelson. 44 seconds remain second period, still scoreless.
A serious fight for leverage this has been. As we approach the 30-second mark.
You got to keep head spin in there if you're Colin there. He's almost out. His hips were clear. Higgins did a nice job of pulling him back in. Looks like we're going to head into the third period scoreless, and Higgins will have choice.
And now we're going to take it to Sam Goldstein with the sideline report. Sam?
I just heard that their record is now 14-0, which is fantastic. And the team is definitely doing well with their conditioning and their lightweight. So definitely looking forward to the rest of a great match. So thanks. Back to you guys.
What a major turn of, thanks Sam, what a major turn of events as Higgins took down and Colin, Rick Maranta turned him over for a three-point near fall. I don't think that's what the Shawnee coaching staff had in mind when they put Higgins down, but there was no movement on the bottom. And all of a sudden, Mike Higgins finds himself 3 points behind in a match which at 0-0 going into the third, and you're down, you kind of have the advantage. Nice return to the mat. Great hand control by Colin. He's holding down Higgins' hand and he's not able to get free and get anywhere. A little head pry into the armpit area. Drives him into the mat. Nicely done. Good strong ride here by Colin. Oh, there it is. He puts it behind, looks for the half. No, he only got a 1 count.
.30 and change left in regulation.
Colin Wickramaratne has done a nice job here, an excellent job of controlling the top position. He wasn't able to get out from the bottom, but Higgins has been stifled here in the third period. Strong ride by Colin this third period. Again, the wrist control by Colin prevents Higgins from getting out, and he's without hand control, Jack, you're not going to do much on the bottom. Now he finally gets it, but he's run out of time here in this match. Nice win for Cherokee.
A very close score indeed, but it's Wickramaratne, to come out with the victory for the Chiefs, and it is 17-0. As the Chiefs remain undefeated on their home turf. 1:13 to come up next.
I believe that's, I know that's Dylan Hunt for Shawnee, and I believe that's Connor Cosgrove, but I'll wait for the announcement.
Now at 113 pounds, from Shawnee, Dylan Hunt, from Cherokee, Connor Cosgrove.
It is Cosgrove versus Hunt. So this is a marquee matchup here tonight, Jack.
It's a battle for each other.
Oh, real nice single. And Cosgrove does a nice job staying inbounds and getting the 2. Hunt was on the line, and if Cosgrove would have jumped on top, he would have been out. He kept the 2 toes in and covered the other hip, which got him a takedown on a 2-0 lead.
And Hunt was trying to work himself out of bounds to get the grip off, I would assume.
Yeah, to get a fresh start.
Forward, Hunt, forward, crawl forward. Forward.
Nice
Cosgrove
2-on-1.
Pulling back there. And he goes for a different place in the ring. And he will get the out-of-bounds call.
Connor Cosgrove had 2-on-1 there, but was also almost looking like he was looking for what they call a ball and chain. Hunt was able to get out of bounds and get a fresh start. Nice crotch pry. Good breakdown by Cosgrove. Hunt right back to his base though. And to his feet. Now Cosgrove has to take him back to the mat. And they'll go out of bounds again.
Less than 40 seconds to go in the first period of our 1:13 contest. And it is Hunt starting from the down.
Cosgrove gets the leg in. Nice mule kick to get it free, and a nice job. Dylan Hunt with a nice mule kick to free, got Cosgrove off balance and executed the escape beautifully. Oh, but a nice finish, and he's going to get the 2 right at the buzzer. We talked the other night about what we call primetime points, if you remember, Jack, and there it is right there. There's less than a second to go when Hunt gives up that takedown. He's down 1 point at the end of the period. Now he's down 3. It's a whole different match. Cherokee had choice, or Shawnee had choice. They chose bottom.
And it's Cosgrove with the leverage, not only physically, but metaphorically on the scoreboard as well. And Hunt is down again.
And Cosgrove's dominated on his feet. I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere along this match he starts to let him go and they work on their feet. Because he's having a tough time turning him. Hunt's pretty solid base there on the bottom. It's interesting to see if Coach Booth or any of his staff tells Connor Cosgrove to let him go and work on the takedown area, because he's taken him down twice fairly easily. And there's an escape of Hunt on his own. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see a quick takedown here by Cosgrove if Coach Booth doesn't continue to tell him to work on his feet and score your points that way. Another good shot.
On his head, on his head.
Captures
Like
single.
that, keep your head up, head up.
Good whizzer by Hunt, but and Cosgrove never quits. He just keeps coming. And it looks like Hunt can't stop him on his feet, so I'm wondering if the coaching staff is discussing the possibility of allowing Cosgrove to work on his feet, but it doesn't look like, I see no instruction coming from the bench. He has now gotten a hammerlock on the top, but they're out of bounds. I think they instructed him, if you get into trouble or get to his feet, let him go.
Definitely offers the most options moving forward in the match.
Yeah, and you have 40 seconds here. I'm not one to question any coaching style. He's got a 6-2 lead, but he doesn't have any luck turning him, and he's got all kinds of success on it, taking him down 3 times already. Well, now he's looking for a tilt. He elevates. Try and can't break that 45 degrees. He broke it once, but that's it. Now he broke it again for once, but that's it. Now he's got 1, 2, 3, 4. No, just 4. You have to get the 5 to get 3 points. He certainly has 2 secured. Makes it 8-2 with the 2-point near fall.
Under 5 seconds to go here.
It'll be Cherokee choice.
There'll be no prime points to end that one.
Cosgrove takes down. Interesting. We'll see what Cosgrove can do from the bottom position. He's got a motor that just keeps running, doesn't it, when he gets in on that takedown?
That's right.
Nice breakdown, though. Quickly back to his base, but Dylan Hunt broke him flat quickly. Semi-Granby roll there, not successful. And they're out of bounds. Now, interestingly enough, the Shawnee coaching staff has instructed Dylan Hunt to let Cosgrove up. Hunt a little short on his shot, and Cosgrove easily stuffed his head and spun behind to now make it 11-2. Now we're in major decision territory. We're bonus point time again. And Hunt needs to score a couple to get out of that major decision area. Anywhere between 8 and 14 points, and the lead right now is 9.
At the center of the ring now. Hunt trying to work his way out, brings himself back to his feet. And a takedown with the single leg will end up out of bounds for both of them.
50 seconds to go. Caution on Shawnee starting before the whistle blew.
In our 113 bout, Cosgrove has the lead against Dylan Hunt.
Got to his feet but didn't create enough separation there, Jack, which allowed Cosgrove to drop down on the ankle. Oh, Cosgrove turned it into a cradle. Great job by Cosgrove. Not really a close, it's not really a pinning situation at this point, but it certainly is 3 more near fall points. And they're out of bounds, and there's the 3 given, and now it's 14-2.
Less than 10 seconds to go. And it's Cosgrove with a commanding lead. And the final seconds will wind down. The applause rains down from the stands. And Connor Cosgrove comes away with a victory in the 113s.
5 straight wins for the Chiefs. Of those 5 matches, 4 have resulted in bonus points. 1 pin and 3 major decisions for the Chiefs.
We're almost ready for the 120s now. 21-0 on the big board. The Chiefs are undefeated thus far. And quickly from the clinch, they find their way out of bounds.
And from Cherokee, Ryan Manning.
Another whistle for the out-of-bounds call. After just 18 seconds go by.
Yeah.
And in the neutral now. And Hastings is pushed out of bounds on part of Manahan.
Ryan Manahan, of course, in the orange. Griffin Hastings in the blue.
Still in the neutral, they clinch each other.
Yeah, collar tie up by both wrestlers. Neither able to clear the arms. That's what's problem sometimes with a collar tie. If you don't do anything with it, you've got the guy's arms are right in front of you, blocking your entry to his legs. One of the first lines of defense is your hands.
Out of bounds again. Still no points awarded in the 120s as the majority of the time has been spent on their feet. Not much ground action so far, and we might get to see some.
He's looking for a dump there with Manahan.
Keep your hands out in front. Work inside with your left. Work inside.
This is where you don't want to give anything up. It's short time here. Nothing yet. And he got the 2 right at the buzzer again. That's the second match we've seen tonight where Shawnee has given up points in the prime time in less than a second to go. Those are killers.
And now at the start of the second period, Griffin Hastings of Shawnee finds himself down 2 points.
He worked hard the whole period to try and get into something, get in on Manahan, and then Manahan got the one good shot and he couldn't defend well enough to prevent a takedown with, like I said, less than a second to go. Now Manahan was on bottom and he gets an escape, and now it's 3-0. Hastings went low and got under him. Now can he finish from there? Almost had him. He had him fall into a hip, and that's when you want to turn the corner and go the other way. Still no control. Manahan using the ankle to try to break down the hips. Cherokee crowd wants a stalemate. Manahan needs to put a little more head pressure, and Hastings can't stay there. He's got to go somewhere, and finally we get the stalemate call. But it was a good shot. He was in deep. Good defense by Manahan. Sometimes even your good shots don't result in points. He's in on a single again. He's got to finish. He's just getting to the leg and stopping. He's got to finish, and now he's in a position to finish. Manahan has nice defense again. Got to get his knees under you for Hastings here. Potentially dangerous on the knee. Hastings going to be down. Nope, he's going to take neutral. Trailing 3-0. Got in a couple shots pretty deep there, Jack, but wasn't able to finish either one, and he's in there again. Now we've got a stall against Cherokee. Manahan has the whizzer in. Hastings goes up to the head. Oh, it ends up getting whizzered to his hip, and it's going to result in a takedown for Manahan. He was in on the single and gave it up to reach for the head. He went up high, which doesn't always work very often, and it didn't in this case. Resulted in Manahan's defense leading to another takedown on a 5-0 lead. Good use of the hips to take him back to the mat. Manahan looking for that one-on-one. Hastings maintains his base. Good knee slide chop there to break Hastings flat. Looking to tilt him, and oh, he did. Beautiful tilt. Going to result in, as referee Brand has counted the 5, which is going to make it 8 now, and we're back in major decision territory. It's the same move. That's why he hasn't given the points.
.30 seconds to go in regulation time, and it's Cherokee's Manahan with the lead.
Now here's a point in the match where a major decision could be averted if Hastings can get 1 point in the last 20 seconds. He's working, he's up to his base, reaches back. Manahan on that leg, and I think he'll hold that for 10. Yeah, he'll hold that for 10. Maybe not. Oh, he's going to hit him with a stall at the buzzer, and it's going to cost him a major. Good call by Pete Brandt, because he was, you know, the rules say you have to work up when you're on that leg like that. Not only wasn't he working up, he was holding on for dear life and stalling to prevent him from getting away.
Nevertheless, Cherokee remains undefeated in this one. 24.
Three-point major decision makes it 24-0 now.
And now let's take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay, sponsored by Cherry Hill Nissan on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com.
Ryan Tufts, and from Cherokee, Nicholas Moffa.
This is right at the very end where he gives up the stall call. And it was a good call. See him holding, he's not working up, not working up, not working up, not working up, and he's just stalling to prevent him from getting away, and that's not an offensive move, and referee Pete Brandt nailed him with the stall. Nicholas Mano from Cherokee versus Riley Tufts from Shawnee. Mano in on the single. And going to be out of bounds. Nice job. Riley Tufts gets away. Doesn't give up the takedown.
Moffa has that left leg. What's he going to do with it?
Well, he should pull him back towards the center. He lost the takedown the last time. Now he has got a good whizzer in by Tufts, but now Mano needs to limp arm. He's looking for a cradle. Tufts stayed with the defense, and they're going to end up getting none again. Riley Tufts staying tough on the defense there. See, Mano needs to pull that back to the center and work in the center. 2 takedowns that he could have had, but let him get away and get out of bounds when they couldn't pull him away from the line.
No points awarded thus far.
And on that same single again. I don't think there's time enough for Mano to finish it this time. Shawnee choice. Takes bottom. Another scoreless first period. One-on-one, looking to pull it through the crotch of the ball and chain. Now he's looking for a tilt. 2-on-1 tilt. Good work by Tufts. He's not, getting driven down into the mat. He's not carrying the weight. Now he needs to get a little bit more hand control so he can get away and get that 1-point escape. Now Mano has thrown a bar in. 1-on-1 with a bar. Tuff's doing a nice job trying to grab his own hand to get that bar out of there. Now he's got the one-on-one. Now what he has to do is kind of take it to his ear to his shoulder, is the old expression.
Back hook his leg, Peterson. Underneath his leg. Get your arm on his leg.
Riley Tuffs is living up to his name, being very tough right here. It's into a chicken wing, so that's going to be potentially dangerous. Got to keep the arm straight across the back. If it slides up onto the shoulder blade, that's what they call a chicken wing, and that is not a legal hold. It's not a penalty hold, but it's what they call a potentially dangerous hold. So they stop the match. Riley Tuff's having a tough time freeing that left arm, and Mano's thrown in another bar again. But again, Tuff's doing a nice job of getting rid of that bar. He's got the hand control now. And not quite gonna get one. Close.
Shawnee not liking that one.
Clear it all the way up.
As Tuffs will start from the bottom.
Didn't get the same arm clearance that he did the time before. Finds himself back buried on the mat again.
The last few seconds dwindle down as a 0-0 score will take us into the third period.
Cherokee choice here, period 3. Coach Booth instructs Nick Mano to take down. Mike Booth in his 4th year here at Cherokee High School. 60 wins, 24 losses. Been highly successful. Tom Mann of Shawnee in 12th, 13th year. Did not provide us a record, but I know Coach Mann has been highly successful the last 2 years.
Good claw. Spiral. Spiral and claw. Spiral with your free hand.
Tuff's doing a nice job controlling the shoulders area with what they call a crotch pry on Mano, keeping his hips down, but now Mano gets the hips free. And now puts a block arm up and results in an escape. Nice job. Once you got the hips uncovered, that gives your opponent a chance to get out.
Took us more than 4 minutes to get our first points of the match, and they'll go to the Cherokee.
Yeah, and Mano's in deep on a single. Seems content to stay there though, and that's not an enviable position that he's in. He's working on that knee. Oh, here's the back door if he wraps the arm. But good job by Tuffs to keep on the ankle. We got a little flurry. There's no points yet. And now there is. Riley Tuff with a takedown. First lead of the night for a Shawnee wrestler. And now the question is, Mano has 30 seconds to get out to tie up this match or take the lead. Tuff's now looking to hook that Western ride. Nice and tight on top. Now about 10 seconds remaining. Looking for the switch. He's going to run out of time. Shawnee gets its first win of the night.
And a big reaction from the Shawnee crowd as they finally get a victory.
Renegades on the board at 126 pounds with a big win by Riley Tuff.
It's 3 points, but 3 much needed points for Shawnee as they get their first W. We'll take a look at our Cherry Hill Nissan replay, once again sponsored by Cherry Hill Nissan on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com.
This is the reversal, a little flurry there. Bano had control for a little bit, but then Tufts reaches back to cover the head. Steps over, right on top. Nice job.
So the 132s kick off.
132 pounds from Shawnee, Matt Balzan, and from Cherokee, Keenan Rogers.
So it's Keenan Rogers and Matt Balzan out there for Cherokee and Shawnee respectively. The 132s are underway, 30 seconds in.
Quick takedown for Keenan Rogers. Oh, tried for the tilt, but didn't catch him on the roll through.
"45 seconds pass by. Very close to that out of bounds marker. The referee
Got the
looking for
bar
pinfall.
series, and there's the pin. 54 seconds.
That was a relatively quick one as Keenan Rogers picks up the victory for the Cherokee Chiefs. They respond quickly to the 3-point loss incurred previously. "30-3 the score on the big board now. 138's coming up. And we'll have the official wrestlers out there for you as soon as we get them.
I believe it's Sean Webb and Drew Lipinski.
138 pounds from Shawnee, Andrew Connolly.
Nope, it's Connolly.
Cherokee, Sean Webb.
It's Webb for Cherokee and Connolly for Shawnee. Good single shot by Webb. Good head pressure, though, by Connolly to prevent a takedown.
Legs back.
30 seconds gone by.
Good.
They're out of bounds again.
Oh,
Goes
nice
for the double leg
leg.
takedown.
Oh, but what a defensive play. Nicely defended by Webb, and he's got him in trouble. He steps over, and he does.
Keep coming in. Keep
He's got the takedown.
Punch your arm through. Punch your arm through.
There he goes, finally, good fight. Good fight by Connolly to avoid the pin, but he's right back down there again. Another bar, oh, and he's in trouble there, and there's a pinfall. 1 minute, 28 seconds.
Sean Webb this time, another pinfall for the Chiefs.
36-3 now on the team score, and we move up to 145 pounds. So I think we'll see Isaiah Bryant for Shawnee. And I believe that'll be Noah Bell for Cherokee.
Now wrestling at 145 pounds from Shawnee, Isaiah Bryant, and from Cherokee, Noah Bell.
Bell and Bryant wrestling in the 145s.
Good setup by Bell, but just didn't finish. And Bryant with a nice sprawl and head stuff and gets himself 2 points. 145-pound matchup, Noah Bell versus Isaiah Bryant. Bell with a nice escape to make it 2-1, but Isaiah Bryant is in deep and finishes strong. Nice double leg and finished right through the man. And that's a key. You know, when you're shooting on a guy, you don't want to shoot to the legs. You want to shoot through the legs. You want to shoot through the man. Knock him off balance, just like Isaiah Bryant did right there. So he can't sprawl and defend and stuff your head and make it very uncomfortable for you.
Stay behind. Come on, Isaiah. Work, that's it.
Are they out of bounds? Yes, they are. So it's Bryant with the 4-1 lead over Bell. But it's the Chieftaroos up on the big board, 36-3.
Commanding lead for the Chiefs. Bryant doing a nice job here. 2 takedowns, controlling the action on the mat. Choice will go to Cherokee here at the end of the second.
And now let's take a look at a double shot of our Cherry Hill Nissan replay on the web at www.cherryhillnissan.com. We've got both the pins.
Yeah, this is Keenan Rogers. It was in 54 seconds. Arm bar and a one-on-one. Sit through and bang. So that was Keenan Rogers in 54 seconds. And this was Noah Bell in 1:20, or I'm sorry, Sean Webb in 1:28. That's when he gets his hips down. It's when he gets his hips down here. Right there. See how he sunk his hips there? And that results in the fall. 32 seconds of live action while we were watching the replays, Jack, and we still have Noah Bell on top of Isaiah Bryant. Nice series of moves. We're always, as a coach, looking for a series. Bryant with a nice stand-up, and then into an attempted sit-out, and then back up to his feet. So a good 1-2-3 chain wrestling there by Isaiah Bryant results in an escape and a 3-1 and a 5-1 lead, excuse me.
Three minutes gone by in regulation time in our 1:45s.
Good hand defense there by Bell, preventing Bryant from any deeper penetration. Oh, nice dump. Excellent, excellent dump. Almost like a fireman's carry, but Bryant does not give up on it. And no, it's still good, and it's going to be a neutral. It was an excellent takedown by Noah Bell, but I give Isaiah Bryant a lot of credit. He knew he got taken down, and boom, right out. That's good work.
That'll make the score 6-3. Bryant still with the lead. Less than 10 to go in the second.
Go first, that's it. Stay in.
Nope, they're out of bounds and still neutral.
Smart, Isaiah.
1 second to go here in the second period. The Cherokee choice here in period number 3. Coaches instruct Noah Bell to take down. He passes that info on to the referee, and bottom it will be. Good pressure right off the whistle by Bryant. Works a one-on-one, trying to get it into a two-on-one. Now he has it in there. Isaiah Bryant keeping the shoulder pressure right onto the lower back area of Bell, and that makes it very difficult to get the hips back up, which is where you want him to be.
Bryant still on top, both on the mat and on the scoreboard.
And it's a stall. Now what it is on the top, your goal as a top wrestler, referees will tell you before the match, you have to work towards a fall or towards a turn your man. You can't just ride him. And you saw Isaiah Bryant there just covering the hips the whole time. And, you know, 9 times out of 10, that's going to get you hit for a stalling on the top. You're not working towards a fall, you're working to just ride the man. Nice escape by Noah Bell. Within 2 points now.
That's all right. That's all right.
Come on, Isaiah. 6-4 now, with a minute and plenty of wrestling left in this particular match.
Again. Shot, shot, shot. Shoot him out. Shoot him out. Yes. Come.
Looking for somewhere to go. In the clinch on their feet, goes for the single leg.
Bell's got the takedown to tie it with 20 seconds. Now the question is, a little over 15, almost 16, can Noah Bell hold him down? Isaiah Bryant needs one to take the lead. That's going to be a caution on green. Got to cover the elbow. Your palm has to cover his elbow. There's the switch. There's the switch again. We got a locked hands. He's at least got 1 plus 2. He's going to get 3. Burst of energy by Isaiah Bryant in the last 15 seconds is going to pull out a victory here at 145 pounds with a 9-6 win.
Lots of hope shown at the end there by Noah Bell, but it is Isaiah Bryant who pulls out the victory in the end.
Real good burst of energy there with a nice series. Went switch, sit out, switch. Got the locked hands and finished it for 1 for the penalty and 2 for the reversal. 152-pound matchup up next. Looks like Thomas Deutsch for Cherokee.
Now our second, 152 pounds, from Shawnee, Sean Whalen, and from Cherokee, Thomas Deutsch.
So it is Whalen and Deutsch wrestling at 152.
Second Shawnee win of the night posted there by Isaiah Bryant.
A minute to go, first period action.
That's all right, Whale, you're fine.
No scoring thus far.
Both men content to stay in the tie-up and not really work much offense here in the first minute 15 of the period.
Both wrestlers still on their feet.
Control inside, Whale, get your arm back. Good. Control the head. Control the head, get your arm. Chuck on your elbow. Get your elbow back, good.
Oh, trying to look
stay
for a
in bounds.
headlock, maybe. Deutsch appearing to have some headgear issues here tonight.
Keep your elbow. You want to keep it.
And a new headgear. Looked like Deutsch said to Coach, you know, I'd like to use this one, and Coach said, no, you'll use this one. Tired of watching the match stop for a headgear issue. That's all speculation on my part, though. Choice should go to Shawnee. Goes to Cherokee. No, I have it as Shawnee. And this is the 11th bout of the night. And the odd bout should be Shawnee's. They've been odd all night. So it should be Shawnee choice. And Shawnee chooses bottom. Good break to his feet by Whalen quickly. Now there's no hand control though. Still no hand control. He had him locked. Bryant saw it. Pete Brandt with a nice job. See if he gives, nope, no. Gonna give him one for the locked hands and that's it. No escape yet.
And for Shawnee, they'll take what they can get. For both sides, really, they'll take what they can get.
Absolutely, and now Deutsch decides to let Whalen up to not incur a possible second penalty for locked hands. Increases Whalen's lead to 2-0. Oh, so close, just at the line. Sean Whalen needs to do that in the center of the ring, not by the edge of the ring, not by the edge of the circle. He gets that shot away in the center. That's gonna, he's got to keep the whizzer in there. Oh, Deutsch looking for a throw, and that's not gonna be his strength that gets him in. Like Sean Whalen, who's very, very built. And Sean Whalen's got Deutsch in real trouble here. Deutsch fighting it. A lot of time left here in period 2, though. And
He's got it.
Pinfall.
A pinfall for Shawnee.
3:11 is the time.
And the Renegades reach double digits as the tally is 36 Cherokee, 12 Shawnee. We move our way up to 160 now.
it would have to be Mark Gross for Shawnee. And looks like it could be Jared Barlow for Cherokee.
Now wrestling at 160 pounds from Shawnee, Mark Gross. And from Cherokee, Jared Barlow.
Well, Jack, with just 3 bouts to go, the most that Shawnee could get is 30, so Cherokee has already wrapped up the team match tonight. It's going to be a victory for the Chiefs. And now the question is, what will the gap be between the two teams? What will the number be when we report a final score later on? Can Shawnee close the gap, or will Cherokee extend?
Go ahead, pull through with it. Pull through with it. Pull through. Pull through with it.
No control yet. Gross hanging on to Barlow's leg. And that was a situation where referee Pete Brandt stops it to prevent any possible knee, shoulder injury, as they were kind of in a funky position.
They're both out here.
Scoreless first period, approaching the 32nd remaining mark in period number 1. Barlow's had the only real offensive shot of the period, defended nicely by Gross. Tried to shrug it into a Russian. Again, good defense by Gross. Now he reaches for the ankle.
And they are both out. A little over 10 seconds remaining.
Choice should be Cherokee's this time. Barlow chooses down. Either man able to secure a takedown in period number 1. We'll see what happens with the referee's position here at the start of second period. Attempted switch blocked by Gross with a nice chop at the elbow. Gross riding a crotch pry and a half.
Watch the Peterson. Watch the roll.
Barlow head spinning now. Sort of trying to set up a Peterson, but Gross with a nice job being under the arms.
Watch the Peterson. Stay behind him. Get behind him. Get behind him, Mark.
Now an inside switch. Barlow not able to clear the hip to scoot it out. Gross running a claw there. Barlow to his feet. Created some space and gets the escape. Nice job.
So Barlow's awarded with 1 as the second period winds down.
Barlow in on a nice single. Goes for the ankle. Now he just has to keep turning the corner. Oh, but it's going to be potentially dangerous. Almost got the knee in a precarious position.
Less than 15 to go.
Collar and elbow tie by both men, and we end the period that way. Shawnee has chosen down. Mark Gross trailing 1-0 heading into the third. Good breakdown by Barlow.
Use your legs. Use your free hand, Mark. Use your free hand to get it back. Good. Post on your head. Use your free hand. Roll it out. Good. That's it. Hand back. Good. Now knee slide. Up. Good. That's it. Now switch, 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 switch.
Tight waist ride. A nice job by Barlow to chop at the elbow, and now trying to work in a bar. See if he can grab that wrist. Nope, just couldn't get it. Now he's got the bar in the far 1-1. Now trying to stack him. Didn't get that knee in there deep enough to do that. Minute left in the match. And now he's trying to stack him again. He's got to get that knee in deeper inside the hip to try to turn it over the knee. Until he gets that, it's not going to happen.
And Gross's headgear is strapped to his face now.
Referee won't usually stop it, though, if he's got a bar like that in. That's just the way it goes. Now we'll call stalemate, no advancement, and so they'll stalemate and they'll start over, and that'll give Gross a chance to adjust the headgear.
Mark, stand.
36.2. Comes right up this time. Barlow quickly breaks him back down. So he got his first move, but then again, we did not see the hand control that's necessary to get out from the bottom. And Barlow was able to break him back down. He's up again. Notice though, Jack, when he stands, there's no hand control. So even though he's getting to his feet, there's no real way to get away, if you will. 15 seconds. So Jared Barlow needs to ride him out for another 15 seconds and he'll get a 1-0 victory. For Mark Gross, he's got 15 seconds to get out, get 1 to tie, 2 to win. He's up again without hand control though. Drops down to the ankle. There's the stall.
3.5
3-5.
seconds.
That's a warning, so you don't get a point until the second stall. Now he just needs a breakdown, and Gross has to give it everything he's got. And just not enough time left. 1-0 decision for Jared Barlow.
A hard-fought contest indeed, but Barlow is the one on top for the 160s.
170-pound matchup next. Shawnee has to send out first. See if they send Kyle Snowden or Alex Ward. I believe that's Kyle Snowden. And now we'll see who the Chiefs send.
Now wrestling at 170 pounds for Shawnee, Kyle Snowden. For Cherokee, Jacob Reese.
Jacob Reese for Cherokee. Quick takedown for 2 for Reese against Snowden.
That's it, Kyle. That's it.
Reese with a Merkel, got a 2 count and a back set of back points, so it's 4-0 now. 1 and 1.5. Now turning him, nice job by Jacob. And it's a pin in 1 minute and 7 seconds.
So quick work there by Jacob Reese of the Chiefs.
And now it's going to be Alex Ward in our last match of the night for the Renegades. And
Now wrestling at 182 pounds from Shawnee, Alex Ward. From Cherokee, Jesse Streb.
And I thought that was Jesse Streb for Cherokee.
You hold the tie up with him. No bad shots.
Alex Ward, one of the few returners on the Shawnee lineup.
Roll inside. Good job. Circle in, circle in, circle in. Shoot him out. Nice job, Alex. Nice job.
They'll both start from the neutral.
Scissor hard. Scissor hard.
Good single by Streb, and a great counter by Alex Ward. Turned it into a switch, but an equally great re-switch here by Streb, and another re-switch. And eventually Alex Ward prevails. Nice series of counter, counter, counter. Shot, counter, counter the counter, counter the counter, counter the counter. And eventually Alex Ward gets the takedown, and Streb returns the favor with an escape.
Back out of that tie. Again.
Nice reversal. Put Streb on the lead now, 3-2.
Back, Alex. 20 seconds. You got 20. Get your arm back. Don't give him anything. Do not
Streb
give
looking
him
for a
that.
tilt. What they call a fish
10
hook.
seconds. 10 seconds. Don't give him it.
Cherokee will have choice at the end of this period in our 14th and final bout of the evening.
Two minutes go by.
Coach Booth instructs Jesse Streb to take bottom. Oh, and I think we're going to get a caution on red, which is Shawnee, starting before the whistle.
Left him return. Underneath. Go left.
Streb adds an escape. Lead now 4-2.
Hey, keep your legs back. Watch another single. Watch the single. Watch the single. Back out of the tie. No shots like that. Back out of that.
The front headlock there by Streb. Nice job. He's looking for near side cradle. He's got it. Head in the ribs now. Couldn't get it. Did a nice job. Got his 2 points. A lot of wrestlers would stay there and work for that cradle and end up not getting the takedown. Jesse Streb, an experienced wrestler, knows, hey, let me get my 2. Nice breakdown. Minute to go in the second.
You gotta use your legs, Alex.
Gonna step in between his legs there to get that fish hook, and he's trying. 1 count only. Nice job by Ward to work off his back.
Keep going.
Did not give up the 2 count.
Alex, keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Good. Now knees slide up.
of bounds. 4.8 remaining in the second. Jack, pretty dominant performance by the Chiefs tonight. You know, we knew, and I said in the opener, that Shawnee was going to have a difficult time. This is a much more experienced Cherokee team, a very inexperienced Shawnee team. Shawnee put up a lot of good fights along the way. They gave up some late points in periods, but I think all in all, this has been a very strong performance by the Chiefs.
That's right, and with that buzzer, I'd like to thank all of our LDTV crew members that work in the production level of this game, and that is Michael O'Malley, Aaliyah Davis, Kayla Farisi, Alyssa Biederman, William Forcier, Sean Kelly, and our Option 2 students, Anthony Pizzo, Gabby Friedman, Kristen Petoskey, and of course your announcers, Scott Glossner and Jack Watson. And our sideline reporter, Sam Goldstein.
And of course the people in the truck. How about Becky and Mark back there, who keep us in line and don't let us get out of hand and give us all the direction that they do. You wouldn't be the star you are, Jack Watson, without the people behind the camera.
Same to you, Scott.
Another takedown while we were giving each other all the gushing in the world to our crew and our truck personnel. Another takedown for Jesse Streben, now 8-2. Minute to go in the match. A wrestler like Jesse Streb fell behind 2-0. It never did panic. You know, fell behind 2-0, gave up the first takedown, just continued with his game plan, and now he's got a near side cradle and looking for a finish, and this is not good. He gets that knee up over his head, and Ward's fighting it, but that's not a good place to be. And there's your fall. 5 minutes, 31 seconds. The fall occurs.
Jesse Streb ends Cherokee's night with a bang, as the final score here at Cherokee High School will be 51-12. A huge victory for the Chiefs as they defend their home turf.
Yeah, as we said, that was a strong performance. Well coached, well wrestled, very disciplined team. For Shawnee, work to do. Coach Mann knows it. We talked before the match. So many graduates from their starting lineup. Only 2 returners, and one of those is out of the lineup injured, Evan Wayans, at 195. So they're behind the 8 ball, so to speak. And Jesse Streb finished it off.
And we'll be right back here on LDTV Sports. Don't go away.
Today's game on LDTV Sports, sponsored by Deborah. For care that's extraordinary, demanddeborah.org. Cherry Hill Nissan, home of the friendly Nissan giant. On the web at cherryhillnissan.com. Philadelphia Wholesale Produce Market. All the best, all right here. 215-336-3003. Or on the web at www.pwpm.net. Comegno Law Group, specializing in general and special education law, representing individuals, families, public boards of education, and independent schools. 888-313-IDEA or ComegnoLaw.com.
Wilmore School of Gymnastics, where every child is special. In Mount Laurel, 856-234-5292. And in Medford, 609-654-9337. Medford Village Car Care, serving the area's car care needs for 30 years. Located at 11 North Main Street in Medford. 609-654-4023.
For information on how your business can become a sponsor of LDTV Sports, contact Joe Malagrana, LDTV Underwriting Manager, at 609-268-2000, extension 8680, or by email jmalagrana@lrhsd.org.
We are back here at the home of the Chiefs. where we just witnessed the Cherokee Chiefs defeat the Shawnee Renegades by a score of 51-12. A commanding night for the Cherokee Chiefs indeed. And we saw many pinfalls on both sides. And if you'd like to catch our next game here on LDTV Sports, it's varsity girls basketball. It's going to be the Eastern Vikings visiting the Seneca Golden Eagles. And for a full schedule of all of our LDTV Sports broadcasts, please visit www.lrhsd.org/LDTV.
Hey, I'll be there.
Will you?
Yes.
I won't, I'm sorry. But if you'd like to purchase a copy of this spectacular wrestling matchup, please visit www.lrhsd.org/LDTV copies.
Crowd filtering out here from Cherokee. Big win for the Chiefs tonight, 51-12. They wrestled well. They had good support from the crowd. And a quad and 3 more matches tomorrow.
And with that, we'll take it to our Reconstructive Orthopedics player of the game. That number is 1-800-896-RECON, or on the web at www.reconstructiveortho.com. Now let's send it down to Sam Goldstein with our player of the match. Sam?
Jack, I'm here with player of the game, Connor Grostrom. Congratulations on a fantastic match.
Thank you.
Now, how were you able to pin at 113? What was that like?
Well, basically, we've all been just working really hard in practice, and you know, it was a team effort. We went out there just to have fun, and that's what we did. Yeah.
And do you think that you can continue this performance throughout the season?
Yeah, you know, as long as we just keep the effort up in practice and keep working hard, I'm pretty sure that we'll be successful.
Okay, thank you. Congratulations again. All right, thanks, guys.
Connor Cosgrove with a big major decision, 14-2 over one of the Shawnee better wrestlers normally, Dylan Hunt. Pretty impressive performance by Cosgrove tonight, as it was for the entire Cherokee wrestling lineup.
So the Chiefs come into their home turf and defend it. And with that, we'll take it to our All-State You're in Good Hands play of the game, sponsored by Michael McDyer, CLTC. And that number, once again, 609-654-1426, or Michael McDyer at allstate.com. Allstate, you're in good hands. Now let's take a look at that play, shall we?
This is the Kyle Tufts reversal right at the end of the match, which got Shawnee on the board for the first time tonight. One of only 3 Shawnee wins tonight. Kyle in a nice flurry there with Nicholas Mano. Looked like he wasn't going to get it, then steps over, gets the leg free, comes up on top for the reversal, the 2 points, and led to a decision 2-0, the only points of the match for Kyle Tufts.
And that's going to do it for us here at Cherokee Country, where we just witnessed the Cherokee Chiefs defeat the Shawnee Renegades by a final score of 51-12. Cherokee improves to 6-3, and the Renegades drop to 4-6. And that's all she wrote here at Cherokee High School. For Scott Glossner, Sam Goldstein, and everyone here at LDTV Sports, I am Jack Watson. Thank you very much for tuning in.
This program was produced by Lenape District Television.
Do you have a plan to increase security in places like that?
The district has up-to-date and well-tested emergency response plans